So Wild Card Weekend just happened in the NFL, and if I were to describe it, it was pretty fucking hilarious. The first game was the 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks. Despite the fact that the 7th seed playing the 2 seed is a complete waste of time, the Seahawks didn't suck the first half. The 49ers then proceeded to score 25 unanswered points in the second half, exposing the Seahawks' mediocre defense. But if you're the Seahawks, you're still pretty happy with this outcome. Beating the 49ers was a near impossible task, and they still get the 5th round picks next season. Using an entertainment scale that I made up 5 minutes ago, I'll give this game a 4 out of 10. This next game was absolutely incredible, with a collapse so grand it makes the fall of the Soviet Union look like a regular Tuesday. At the start of the game, Trevor Lawrence played like prime Zach Wilson as he threw an interception on one of his first throws. Then, to make sure the Chargers were as arrogant as possible, threw another interception. On the next offensive drive, Trevor Lawrence was too busy shitting his pants to be able to throw a football accurately. After the kick return was the best offensive play by the Jaguars of the quarter, Trevor Lawrence was jealous of the kick returner, so he threw the ball back to the Chargers. At halftime, it was 27-0. People thought there was literally no way the Chargers could lose this, and Brandon Staley took this as a challenge. He probably told the players at halftime, in the red zone, crawl into the fetal position and make sure you don't get out until the Jaguars have scored. Surprisingly, this is the only successful game plan Brandon Staley has ever ran his entire career. Trevor Lawrence got 4 touchdown passes while the entire Chargers franchise was too busy laying an egg. I find it pretty funny that on the game-winning field goal, the Chargers had a defensive offsides. I give this game an A-. The next game was Bills-Dolphins, and I'm gonna gloss over this quickly because I'm a Patriots fan and it shakes me to my core watching this game. Josh Allen was kind of playing like crap, but it doesn't really matter because the Dolphins quarterback was Skylar White, and she was still mad that Walt was missing, so she wasn't really focusing on the game. There was actually a point where the Dolphins were up 24-20, but nobody really cared. The Miami Dolphins were completely shaken up by Josh Allen's quarterback play. This is an example on why you don't want Skylar Thompson as your quarterback. They somehow got a delay of game running a hurry-up offense. Overall, this game goes in B tier. Before the Vikings-Giants game, Roger Goodell ended racism by giving out Super Bowl tickets to a kid with schizophrenia. Trust me, it is very crucial to the game. Kirk Cousins started the scoring by doing a QB sneak for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley then got a long rushing touchdown to tie the game. This play demonstrates the true athleticism of Kirk Cousins. What followed was a Giants touchdown, then a Giants field goal, and then a Vikings touchdown to bring it to halftime. The Vikings scored a field goal after halftime, and then Saquon Barkley got a touchdown, and then nobody scored for the rest of the game. On 4th and 8, Kirk Cousins decided to throw a check down, and that ended the game for the Vikings. I'm gonna rate this game a 65 out of 100. The next game is the Cincinnati Bengals against the Ravens, and the Ravens are starting a backup quarterback, so you think it'd be pretty obvious who the winner would be. The game was surprisingly good. Evan McPherson started the game with a field goal, and then Tyler Huntley threw an absolute laser to the Bengals. Joe Shiesty threw a touchdown pass to Jamar Chase to make the score 10-0. Tyler Huntley then threw an excessively mediocre touchdown pass. The Bengals tight end then did what I do every single time I talk to a woman and completely fumbled the bag. Tyler Huntley then had one of the best plays of his career when he recovered a botched snap for a 20-yard gain to Mark Andrews, before throwing an absolute piss missile to literally fucking nobody. Joe Burrow then did the impossible and got a QB sneak into the end zone. Tyler Huntley then finally threw a football to a Ravens player. Then Tyler Huntley had a crazy 40-yard rush all the way to the 1-yard line. Now all they need to do is just QB sneak and they'll win the game.
Put them right around Huntley. He reaches. Oh, that ball's out. That's live. Back the other way. Sam Hubbard, the Cincinnati kid. Hubbard's got a convoy. Chased by Andrews. At the 30, the 20. He will score.
I will rate this game as pretty cool. Next match is the Cowboys versus the Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers are the most watched team in the NFL. They made the playoffs with the worst rushing attack in the league. The Cowboys start this game with a touchdown pass to Dalton Schultz. Then Tom Brady gets all the way to the red zone and throws an interception. After the pick, Dak went down and ran it in for a touchdown. The Cowboys kicker then missed his 2nd extra point in a row. Buccaneers punted, and Dak Prescott threw another touchdown to Dalton Schultz. Cowboys scored a touchdown, but Dallas missed another extra point. Then the Buccaneers scored a touchdown. Dallas scored a touchdown again. He missed another extra point! Cowboys scored again, and the Buccaneers scored a garbage time touchdown. I'll rate this game a 6 Maybe it's out of 5, maybe it's out of 10. You'll never know. Alright, see you next week.